Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Aspen Trail 2710 VH travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things you want to take into consideration when parking on your campsite. Leave plenty of room for that awning to come out. Over on your off campsite, no slide to worry about, but I want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. They're going to be both above your tires. Power is going to be above your rear tire. City water connection for campsites can be just in front of your front tire there. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing we're going to do is level our unit. Now, the unit does come with a power tongue jack. Simply lower or raise. Get this up and down. Once we got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit, you have these stabilizing jacks. 3/4 inch hand crank. You can use a drill gun or an impact driver. I just recommend you slow down when you get to the bottom. Because remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Good investment. Use your 10% off coupon. Grab a 4-pack of those. Put them down. And again, these are stabilizing jacks. So you're only going to want to run these down until they are taut. You don't want to lift the unit at all. Get that down just until you have some type of hand or resistance on your hand crank. Then you know you're down far enough. Get all 4 of those down. Once we got our unit level, stable, we can hook up our power and water. Again, big long 30 amp cord plugs in the side of your unit. Stores like so, just push it all back in here. At the end of that 30 amp service, should you need to plug into a 110, in your convenience pack will be a 30 to 15 amp reducer. The power hooked up, let's hook up our water. At the campsite, so we're going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. You don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so always use this. Open up city water connection, water pressure regulator, hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Let's go find your hot water heater. On your unit, it's all the way at the rear. All we're doing at this point, folks, make sure our drain plug's back in. You may have left it out last time you were camping. Get that back in there nice and snug. That should be 1 1/8 inches. Get that plug in there nice and tight. Once that's in there tight, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now, after that hose has been on for a little while, I want you to go inside and open up all of your water taps. Get all the air out of the lines. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Then you can shut them off. Then you can turn on your hot water heater from indoors. Don't turn that on until all your lines are full of water. Now, let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to hook up at the campsite for city water. We're going to go dry camping or boondocking, as they like to call it. In that case, we're going to fill up our fresh water tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply use a hose. 2 ways to tell when that's full. 1, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2, on the inside where you check the levels of your tanks, your battery and black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater spot. Keep an eye on that. Don't leave this unattended while you're filling it. Once it's full, return this cap, turn on your hot water, or turn on your hot water heater the same way once this is full. But whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to city water. That is already pressurized. All right, we're all set to camp and pound on water. Let me walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit, starting here on your off camp side in the front with your big pass-through storage. Coming down the side, you have a flue for your furnace. Two things on that: make sure it's never blocked, and as it says on it, hot. When you run your furnace, this does get hot. City water connection, fresh water connect. That's a vent for your microwave. Access panel to the back of your fridge. Your power. There's where you plug your cable in. 751 key will fit in there for a hot and cold shower outdoors. Your black and gray tanks. Up underneath here will be your low point drain. On the back again, your hot water heater. Come around to your campsite. Again, your big awning. A couple of outdoor speakers. Got a 110 there. This will help hold your door open. Again, your big pass-through storage on this side. Propane does come with a cover and a regulator. So if you point it toward the tank you wish to be using, lefty-loosey to open. And that about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside. Alright, so coming up beside your unit, first thing I always like to point out is the fire extinguisher. So make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway. Coming into our left, immediately up on top here is your control panel. So here's you see your brand new battery, black and gray tanks. Freshwater button. So the freshwater button is one you can hold down to tell when your potable water is full. Here's your awning. Exterior and interior lights. Your awning lights. Here's where you turn on your hot water heater if hooked to electric. Over here if hooked to gas. It does make a difference. On your awning, you only want to run that out until you can see that gray bar. These will continue to run themselves out past that point and start to run themselves up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you run it out. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. Then run that awning rest the way in. And shut off those lights. Continue our tour. So here in the living room, your table will lift up off these legs. Remove the legs. Put your tabletop here. Put your back cushions on top. Gives you another sleeping quarters. Here's your TV. Remote right here in the drawer for your TV and your sound system. Your TV's coming on. There's that. Sound system over here. Indoors. Or just outdoors. So nice sound system here. AM, FM, DVD, CD player. It's all from Furion. Really nice system. Back here to your bunk area. Just want to show you, got a couple USBs up here. Your own individual lighting for the bunks. Back in your bathroom, you do have a hand crank open power exhaust vent in here. 110 with GFCI reset. Your North Cold fridge. Turn this on. This is a gas fridge, so you got to fill up your gas still. Coming down below your fridge, access panel to your breaker box and fuses. And to the right of that is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mentioned that's 12 volts, always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping or boondocking and you have nothing plugged in charging your battery, disconnect your battery post if you're going to be gone for the whole day to keep this from running your battery down. Self-explanatory microwave. Cooktop has a light and a fan. Simply turn this to light, hit your spark, needs a light up here. With your oven, you do have a pilot. You have to push to hold that in to light that. Again, paperwork and remotes in your top drawer here. The individual lighting. This will jackknife down into another sleeping area. Just that quick, then lift up on the front and pull it back towards you. Set that back down. Thermostat here on the wall for your AC. I'll crank that up real quick. There's that running. Put your AC off. That should shut off rather quickly, as it did. Go past the cool to the furnace. When you shut your furnace off, it takes a few minutes for the furnace fan to cycle through before it shuts off. So in here, you are prepped for a TV back here. Back on the wall, cable 110 there. Underneath your bed storage will be your spare tire. Looks like a little dish rack there. All this lighting in here is one touch individual lighting, even on your ceiling. Before I shut that off, I want you to see on your door, when you travel, make sure that this door is snapped open. A couple last things in the ceiling here, your smoke alarm and your antenna. Crank that all the way to the left when you're at the campsite, to your right when you're traveling. Well, that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're getting ready to leave the campsite and close the unit up. I like to come to my control panel and shut off my lights. Then I can see any individual lights that need to be shut off by hand. Now I'll turn on my interior lights and say doors and drawers. Just walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to bounce around as you're heading down the road. Shut off our interior lights and exit the unit. Before you leave the dump station, lock and deadbolt this door. Lift and turn this handle over your door. And I say after you leave the dump station, that's in case you want to go inside and check the levels of your tanks while you're dumping. Alright. At this point, we're going to unhook our cable, our water, and our power. We're going to bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. And we're going to head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be behind the rear of the unit and your rear tire on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. That 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up and pull your black tank. It'll be one on your right there. Once that sounds like it's no longer draining, go inside, check your tank, make sure that it's empty. Once it is empty, close that black handle and pull that gray handle. That's going to be cleaner water as you sink your showers. Then it'll clean your sewage hose out for you. When you're done with that, conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose right here in the bumper. Lastly, we're going to get up underneath here and dump those low point drains. When those are done draining, come to your hot water heater. Lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump hot water out of here, so be careful. When that's done, put the handle back down, otherwise your door won't close. Then you can pull this drain handle. Make sure you go ahead and secure your door and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this trailer for many years to come. Happy camping.